Happy Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. NBA Top Shot is the most creative name and the most creative minds in the industry. We're back, hair looking homeless, bank account looking righteous, fake chain still not shining. This is not financial advice. This probably won't even be a video about the market because the market has been down for like 10 weeks now. It's been real rough out here. Ever since these packs have dropped, it's funny. You go in the Discord, people say one packs, one packs, one pack. The packs drop and they say one market, one market, one market. Dapper and Top Shot are not in the place where those things can completely intertwine yet. So there are trade-offs. And the Top Shot Discord obviously isn't filled with the smartest bunch. They're always pumping Sam Merrill and telling you to pick up Josh Green because they got drafted, but they don't really play at all. So I'm not going to hold that against them. What I am going to hold against them is this whole serial number bullshit. But before we get into that, let's hit the intro. Okay, so many of you may be asking, what is a serial number? Most of you don't even know how to spell cereal. You think it's the way you spell Captain Crunch. You're wrong. Serial, we'll spell it on the screen for you, is what kind of denotes what a player is, or the differentiation between two of the same exact moment. Like, obviously, you can have a Steph Curry three-pointer out of 7,500, and there's 7,500 of them, assuming they're all in circulation. Now, what separates one Steph Curry moment from another, other than the serial number? Nothing. Nothing at all. And that's why, in my opinion, different serial numbers go for a little more. Now, obviously, some serial numbers go for a lot more than others. We've seen historically the number one overall serial number goes for a lot more than number 10673, right? It goes for a lot more than 12,000, or I guess in this case, it goes for more than 7494. But 7,500 will also go for a lot. And as a wise man once said, like that 30 on my jersey, man, I'm gifted. His jersey match will also go for more than everything else, typically more than number one as well, unless there's a guy who wears number one and it's a jersey match and it's number one overall, then you're really lucked out. But what I'm here to say is if you think serial numbers do not matter, I'm going to tell you something.
You don't matter.
Because you aren't the market. The market decides what matters. You personally believing that a Zion number 14, which has no real connection to him, you can say, oh, 12 has connection because that's what he wore when he was in Spartanburg in high school and Drake bought his jersey. High school pics, you was even bad then. Man, fuck out of here. That shit doesn't matter anymore. He's in the NBA. It doesn't matter what he wore in high school. Out there now, repping number one. So if you have a Zion number one, I would suggest you quit your job. You tell your family you're moving overseas and you just retire off of that card because that's going to be going for a whole hell of a lot of money. All these numerology majors saying, 12 is worth a lot because he wore that when he was dunking on 5'2" white kids every single week. And, they were in fourth period crying and telling their teacher they felt like they had to go home sick because they knew Zion was about to. That shit doesn't matter. But what does matter is the fact that lower serials tend to go for more. Jersey numbers tend to go for a lot more, number one, and the last serial in the population tends to go for a lot. And if you think because you don't value it, it's not valuable, that sentiment has to be held among everybody for that to ring true, right? The only reason these moments have any value at all is because obviously it's backed by crypto, but because we give them value, right? Ja Morant isn't having a great season this year, right? You can argue that his rookie moments shouldn't be as much as they are because his longevity in the league, what he's going to end up being. Do we really think he's going to have the ceiling of a guy like Steph Curry or even to a lesser extent, a guy like Russell Westbrook or Damian Lillard? Me personally, no, not really. His moment dunking on Aaron Baines is obviously a really good one. Should it be worth upwards of $200,000? My pockets aren't that deep. I can't really speak on other people's matters like that. But for me personally, I don't think he should be worth that much, but it doesn't matter what I think he should be worth. It matters what everybody else thinks he's worth. And the same sentiment goes for serial numbers, right? If people that can afford these high serial numbers are paying for them, good on them. That just continues to rise the value of those serial numbers. And you not believing in the differentiation factor of these serial numbers shouldn't make you shy away from buying into the fact that these serial numbers do have meaning. I personally bought a Steph Curry three-pointer that I was talking about earlier. I'll throw it up on the screen right here. I think I bought it for $700. Now, it wasn't anything special serial number wise. I think it was like, I don't have it anymore. It was around like 1,014, 1,041, 1,040, something like that, right? It was in the thousands. And I decided since it was a series two, wasn't a first moment, was out of 7,500, and he's an all-star. Other promos are coming out. There's gonna be more Steph Curry's. I wanted to get him the fuck up out of my collection. So when I went to go list him, the cheapest was 825. But I realized, right, there was 825, there was 850, there was 870, but they were all like 4, 5, 6,000 serials. Mine was a 1,000 serial. So I listed for $900. Now, we all know when you're listing shit for $75 more than the lowest price, it's not going to sell. That's where you're wrong because that shit sold before I could even click list. I got a nice $200 profit after Dapper, counted their change, took that 5%. It was about 150 profit in a few days because I was lucky enough to buy a lower serial. Now, if that serial number was triple digits instead of four digits, right? Instead of 1040, it was like 910 or 330. I guess that might have some like numerology behind it because he wears number 30. It would have sold for a lot more. So, what I've been doing and what I think is a pretty decent strategy. Now it's tough right now because obviously the market is down and everything is so depressed. But say there's a Demonis Sabonis on the market, right? And let's just say his price at the lowest is $300. And let's use his series one, for example. I believe it's a 3,999 population. Let's say all the ones that are $300 are, 3,500 for their serial number, 3,300, 3,700, 2,900. But then you keep looking, you keep looking, you keep scrolling. But then you see one for $345 and the serial number is 712, right? No connection to Sabonis at all. No way you can finesse the numerology into thinking that what I say, 714. 714 has any connection to Sabonis, but you are dropping from four digits to three digits. And from what I've seen, right, although you're paying that premium from $300 to $345, a little bit over the 10% mark, right? 10% over will be 330. So you're paying a little bit more than that. Although you're paying that premium, when Sabonis's price eventually does rise, or if it ever rises, right? Not only will the one that has a 714 serial rise, but if you want to get out on him quickly, moments are listed in the market according to serial number. And you'll notice that even if you sort lowest ascending price, the first one that shows up is a lower serial. If there's 10 moments at $500, it'll not only sort from 500 up, but it'll sort based on serial. So if Sabonis goes from $300 to $500, and when you bought for $345, you want to get off of him, you could have made $200 profit instead of $155 by buying that 300 instead of 345, but you're not guaranteed that it's going to sell at 500. Whereas if you list the one with a lower serial at 500, it'll be the first one that shows up. So if somebody were to buy a Sabonis at 500, yours would be the first one that's snatched up. So not only is it more liquid in that way, but there's also potential that, if they are all 500 and people are buying higher serials at 500, then you can also sell yours for a bigger premium as well. So it's just kind of a liquidity factor. It's kind of like real life, right? When you go to a store, when you go to a Nike outlet or when you go to Finish Line or whatever, they're not putting fucking Nike Cortezes out on display because that's going to draw you in. They're putting the Jordan 3. I mean, a Nike outlet's the things that nobody wants, but they'll put a Jordan 3 if they have them in stock over a Nike Cortez or some foam posit boot that you wear in the winter and they get trashed anyways. They want the valuable assets to be shown and put out front first because that's going to draw attention to it. Same way with serial numbers. The serial number is higher, it's going to be shown first. It's more liquid. People are going to see it first and they're going to want to buy it over anything else. So if you look at it that way and you start to take yourself away from things and, think to yourself, I don't drive the market. There's 400,000 other people with probably more money than me driving the market. All I have to do is follow their lead, make money off of it, wipe my hands of it. And if I don't make money, that means everybody else isn't making money and we're all going down in this ship together. That's my take on serial numbers. Do as you wish. If you don't believe in them, keep not believing in them. We'll see how that ends up turning out. But I think that's all we got for today. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Let me know if you want some more of these one-off videos where they're kind of more informational, but I like to keep it light because I'm not trying to, mumble into my mic and tell you things that anybody else can tell you. I want to keep it light. I want to keep it friendly. I want to keep it personal. And I want to keep you guys entertained, but more importantly, informed. And I'm just happy that we're here together talking Top Shot, talking basketball, and at the end of the day, talking cheddar. So if you have any ideas on what you want to see next in a video, and I get to it quick enough, there might be a video tomorrow. All hours of the day, I'm just pumping out content whenever I see fit. So if there's something that's a pressing need and there's a void that needs to be filled, you might as well call me Johnny Sins because I'm the man for the job. But that's enough rambling. That's going to be the end of today's video. We'll see you guys whenever, I guess. Just check your sub box, turn on those notifications, and you'll know when this ugly mug is popping right back up on your screen. But that's it.
Chatham's on. Foolies glad I'm home. Even my haters kinda glad I'm on. Rest in peace to my vagabond. Rapper, song, singer, suspended, subpoenaed for misdemeanors. Dreamer, held back asses, Loki still a Zen. And I still shake a boat squat. Ran for my broke. Got city on the come.